Hola, buenas tardes from Cozumel, Mexico. Um, Jose has been here for the last 2 weeks and he's done a massive amount of work on my lot. He has removed a bunch of rocks and smoothed out the surface of the lot and raked and cleaned and made it ready to plant some fruit trees. And the fruit trees came yesterday and the planting began immediately between yesterday and this morning. So I want to show you what was accomplished, mainly by Jose. Right here, I have a guanabana tree. This is a new tree for the lot, and we will see how it does in this location. It might be a little too shady for it, but we'll see. We'll see. Over here, this tree is a cinnamon tree. Now, I know cinnamon's not going to feed me, but I just thought it was really cool. I want to grow cinnamon. Like, I don't know. I just think that seems really cool, so I'm going to do it. Below that, I have 2 papaya plants that I grew from seed from a store-bought papaya. I don't know if they will actually ever produce fruit, but we'll see. We also have a wild papaya right there, so perhaps that one will produce fruit. Next to that is a chaya, which is also known as Mexican spinach. So that already has edible leaves on it. I could eat off of that right now if I wanted. And then these 3 beauties, a plantain, and then 2 smaller banana plants, all planted around the chaya. And this is off of the edge of the pipe that runs from the biodigester. The effluent that comes out of that pipe is clean, gray water, I guess you would call it. And that feeds this whole area where the bananas and the plantain were planted because they like a lot of water and they do well on gray water. So we'll see how that works. Over here, I jokingly call this my citrus orchard. We have a naranca or orange tree. We have 2 limon or limes, and then we have a mandarina mandarin tree. So excited to see what happens with these. This is the one really sunny spot, and so we'll see how things do. We have against the fence 4 dragon fruit, and I just have to say, if you've never eaten dragon fruit, buy it, put it in the refrigerator, let it get cold, slice it, cut it into 4 quarters. On a hot day, it is chef's kiss. Over here, I have a pineapple that I grew from a pineapple top of a pineapple that I bought in the store. Again, we'll see what happens with that. I'm told oftentimes that those kinds of plants don't fruit, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. Over here, I have against the fence 2 passion fruit vines. There's 2 here, and there's a 3rd up front. Here's the cenote, one of 2 cenotes on the property. It's a dry cenote. As you can see, it does need to be cleaned out. And Jose found these amazing roots in the jungle and put them in place here to form a sort of a back wall. You can see we've already put some orchids that were collected in the jungle on here. And then I will find bromeliads and ferns and other plants to decorate this wall. And once this is cleaned out, there will be another wall on this side, artificial wall made of stone. We'll fill the interior in with some rock and some rough seating, and then I will probably have a shower overhead that cascades water down into this sort of like a cooling area, and also a place where I can give the dogs a bath. Okay, up front, these are all of the rocks that Jose pulled out of the lot. And then he had to move them again this morning so that we could plant this white sapote. So that's another fruit tree that I'm excited to see if it produces fruit. Some decorative plants in the front, but this is a camito. This is supposedly going to be a really big tree. Hi, Jack. Hello, handsome. That could maybe shade this whole area eventually, and supposedly produces a lot of fruit. Then we have 2 bougainvilleas just for some color. These trees were already here. These were left that we protected. And then next to them, we have a mango. And the hope is that the mango grows up and fills in this whole space and gives shade over the front gate, and produces lots of mango fruit, which would be wonderful. And then a couple more bougainvilleas. These were ones I had in pots and I decided to put them in the ground. And we've got a couple of palm trees. These are a certain kind of palm. They're like a fan palm, like they look like kind of like a hand. They could grow quite tall, like a 1 story tall, and they're planted in front of the 2 side windows to give additional privacy, just in case somebody buys the lot next door and decides to tear down all the trees, which I pray doesn't happen, but just in case, I want a little extra privacy. So there you have it. I'm already thinking about what more trees I could add. I'm addicted. I am so addicted. But I'm also just so excited because this is the plan that's always been in place, was to leave the overhead canopy of trees in the jungle and then build a food forest underneath. So the fruit trees are the second layer and they need to be established, and then I'll add additional layers underneath to just have a little jungle oasis, hopefully. So there you have it. Thanks for joining me on my tour of my yard. Happy Saturday to you all. I'm gonna go barbecue now.